What's up, kids? Peter from Panda here. Hey, just got these delivered. These are Insta Heat Hand Warmers, and I want to show them to you because they're interesting. You may be familiar with these types of hand warmers, like these HotHands, long-lasting. This is the Body and Hand Super Value Pack. And when you tear these open, they have basically iron and salt in them, and they start to rust, and that creates heat. But they don't create like super hot heat. They kind of create a low level or a good heat, but over long periods of time, because that rusting reaction takes a long time. These heat hand warmers work a little bit differently. They are reusable, and they have like this suspended saline solution. And I think the saline is dissolved and liquefied, and so you use this little metal disc here, you flex it, and then it clicks, and that is the catalyst that causes a chain reaction of that salt to crystallize. That crystallization process, that reaction is what produces heat, and I think these can generally produce more heat than these types of hand warmers, but the trade-off is that it doesn't produce a super long-lasting heat. So everything crystallizes once it gets into its end state, stable state. It cools down very quickly. So what I've heard is that there are some complaints that, one, they don't last very long at all. Two, I've also heard that this particular brand maybe doesn't get that hot. And three, they're small. So I've seen these types of hand warmers in different sizes, and that's the larger they are, the more heat they'll provide. So we're going to do a test. I'm going to test this versus this. This is going to be relatively scientific because I'm going to measure it, both the temperature and the time as we do it. But I want to give you a quick demonstration of how these work. So I have a blue one here. There's a little disc in there, and it's kind of bold. It's like a spoon, and you just switch it. Once you find it, you get there and you click it. There we go. I clicked it, but maybe I had plastic protecting it. There we go. All right, so you can see the reaction starting. And what I've noticed is that it gets hot pretty quickly. It's hot now. So they work very, very quickly. And you can see that the catalyst causing the reaction all the way across. It's already warm. I mean, this is warm, and it gets hard. Now, to reset it, you need to reverse the crystallization process and get it dissolved back into the liquid. And so you put it in boiling water, and it usually only takes a few minutes, 3-5 minutes, depending on how hot the water is, to reverse it, reverse everything, and get it back into its kind of metastable state where this disc is going to work again. You have to dissolve everything. If there's any crystal left, that's just going to recause a chain reaction back. So you're going to do that. Heat it up. What I usually do is in the pot, I'll kind of put like a towel or something in it, so that this isn't sitting on directly on hot metal on a flame, because I don't want to, weaken the plastic. These are kind of rubber. So this is stiff and thick now. It kind of feels like a bag of sand, to be honest. But it's warm. It's not uncomfortable warm, and I'm sitting in my house at room temperature. All right, so let me tell you how this test is going to work. I'm going to take 2 of these Insta Heat hand warmers. I am going to activate them both, and I'm going to put a food temperature thermometer between the two, and then I'm going to tape them together like this. I'm going to do the same with these more traditional air-activated hand warmers. I'm going to put 2 of them in the same type of thermometer. I have 2 of the exact same thermometers, by the way. Between those 2, and I'm going to tape these together. I think that's fair. Secondly, I'm going to put these outside. It's about 40 degrees. It's winter, but it's actually a warm winter. So I will show you. We will be able to see the temperature of both of these side by side outside in 40-degree weather, which is generally where you're going to use a hand warmer in cold weather. And I'm going to time it so that we know what the temperature is and how quickly they fall off. One of the things I'm going to tell you here is I'm just finishing up shooting this video, and while this is still warm, it's clearly losing some of its heat. This is not nearly as hot as it was a minute ago or 2 minutes ago. So keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and start packaging these things up and putting these outside and see how they work. All right, so my experiment didn't go quite as well as I had hoped. I actually brought in, I'm going to stop the stopwatch there, a little over an hour, the heating pads from outside because it was getting really dark and hard to see them. So I brought them inside. It's warm, it's room temperature here. And what I will tell you is when I grabbed the Insta Heat pads, 20 minutes or so, they were mildly, like slightly warmer than the air. So I think what a lot of the temperature I saw was just insulating the thermometer from the outside air, because this one, which I activated during the demonstration, was hard and totally cool long before those. On these heating pads, they are still going strong. So what I want to show you here is it says 80 degrees, but I think that is generally just how warm it is in here, and these are slightly working as insulation because it's about 72, 73 degrees in here. This isn't maybe the most accurate thermometer. So the fact that when it fell to 80 is probably means it was long done. These heating pads, these HotHands, are still very warm. And if we look at the thermometer there, it says 118, almost 120 degrees. I would totally believe that. Now, I would say the trade-offs are that you're going to get some instant heat with these. You're going to have to shake these up. They're going to take a little while to activate. But in terms of long-lasting heat, I think you're going to want to use these. I do like these. I wish they were bigger. I wish they would stay warmer longer. It's just kind of the nature of the science that they are leveraging, but they work. Do I think these are worth it? I wouldn't buy any more of them. The package I bought has 5 of these suckers in there, and I want to say, they were like $30, $40 maybe. So the good thing is they're reusable. I might actually suggest you look at getting ones that are a little larger. There's a number of them that are brands that tend to tend to be just a bigger packaging. You can see here I've got to flex this disc a few times, and actually it still hasn't even activated it. So I'm not sure what the deal is with this, but this brand is not super impressive. So yeah, Insta Heat, I wouldn't endorse it. Peter von Panda, out.